What is up, guys? My name is Nicholas Garcelle and welcome back to another video. I'm excited for this one. I said that the MLS tournament in the summer would go not Toronto FC's way, and I was right about that. However, I did believe they had enough in them to make the finals, so I was a little surprised when they didn't. But the playoffs is where I said they will win the MLS Cup this year, so let's see if my bracket holds true. But here it is. Here's my picks for the 2020 MLS bracket. So starting off on Friday, November 20th, the New England Patriots? New England Revolution will face the Montreal Impact. This was a tough one. It was a flip-flop for me at least. New England back in the MLS's back tournament beat the Montreal Impact. But then again, you can never underestimate Thierry Henry and his side. They do a really good job of forcing pressure against the opposing side, and I'm gonna pick New England to win this game. I just think New England has the better chance to win this game and come out on top. But Montreal is not too far off from swapping that vote. Then we have Nashville versus Inter Miami, the two new squads into the mix. They're fighting for a chance to get into the knockout rounds by playing this game, and Nashville and Inter Miami had pretty subpar seasons. But Inter Miami, to be quite honest, in the MLS's back tournament played pretty good. And they gained some players over the passing of that time. Federico Higuain, Gonzalo Higuain, and then went and picked up Blaise Matuidi from Juventus. So this team is looking to be really strong against Nashville. And I know Nashville is a very good defensive team, but I'm going to have to go with Inter Miami. I just see Miami doing a very good job here and making that Miami crowd very happy in the early rounds. So Miami's my pick for that round. Sporting Kansas City against the San Jose Quakers. This is a very interesting one, but without a doubt, everyone, we're going to have to go with the team who came out of nowhere last season and just absolutely dominated the West side, the West Conference. I'm going to have to go with Sporting Kansas City on this one. They've shown no doubt that they are a playoff contending team, especially for the trophy. San Jose has not been there all season and has not done well against Sporting Kansas City in the matchups, so I'm going to have to go Sporting Kansas City. Minnesota against the Colorado Rapids, and obviously I'm going to go with Minnesota, but Colorado was very close for my pick here, and they didn't come too far off. Minnesota, from what I've seen in the league this year, we've had a draw, we've had a couple wins here and there between the teams in the past, and in the MLS's back tournament, they didn't actually face each other. So Minnesota, for me, has this win. The Portland Timbers versus the FC Dallas. This was a toss-up. FC Dallas, at their last couple games in the season, have done really well. In their last 5, FC Dallas drew Real Salt Lake, then went on to beat Inter Miami, beat Houston Dynamo, beat Nashville, and then lost to Minnesota United in their last game. Portland, coming out not very good right now. They drew Seattle, they beat the Galaxy, they beat the Whitecaps, but then lost to the Rapids and drew Los Angeles. But being the champions of the MLS's back tournament, I almost picked Portland to go all the way. I picked them to go pretty far in last year's playoffs. They're a good playoff team. They know how to win championships, and for that reason only, Portland will get my win here against FC Dallas. Seattle against LAFC, it's a no-brainer. Seattle will win this game. LAFC, even though they won the Western Conference last season, they just didn't have the hunger that a lot of the teams need in the playoffs. MLS's back tournament comes up, a chance to play soccer, and Carlos Vela decides not to play in the tournament because he wants to prepare for the MLS season. Well, the MLS season comes around, and where's Carlos Vela? He's sitting in 7th place, where LAFC will be knocked out by Seattle. Sporting Kansas City against Minnesota United. This is a big one. Minnesota United, I'm going to take to win this game. Sporting Kansas City, I like them, but they're a really good all-around team. Sporting Kansas City has shown the better offensive stats, and they're a faster team, much quicker than Sporting Kansas City. I don't know. There's a feeling inside right now that's telling me Minnesota's going to win this game. It's been the year of the upsets in the MLS. You know, you had Orlando back in the MLS's back tournament, winning all their games, going on to the finals with Nani carrying the team to victory. And it's just been an amazing ride for some of these teams. In Minnesota, I think, is going to be one of those rides. A very close game here between Portland Timbers and Seattle Sounders. And you already know I have to go with Seattle. The current MLS champions versus the MLS's back tournament champions. This is going to be the best game, for me at least, defensively in the entire tournament. Portland, is going to face FC Dallas. I think Dallas is going to give Portland a lot of trouble, and if they can barely escape FC Dallas, I don't see them getting past Seattle. Lastly, Minnesota versus Seattle. Very good attacking team. Very strong. Seattle, really good defensive team, and is a really good attacking power too. One of the best attacking teams in the MLS and one of the best defensive teams in the MLS this season. They just won MLS Cup last season. For the last 4 years, 3 times Seattle has been in the finals and 2 times they've won. So, without a doubt, this team knows how to get to the finals, and that is Seattle. They will find themselves in the MLS Cup finals for a 4th time in the last 5 years. That is impressive. And Seattle knows how to do it. Minnesota, just not there yet. They're learning. They're a very young team. I think they'll be a force and a shocking vote against Sporting Kansas City, but I don't think they have what it takes to beat the current MLS Cup champions. And then on this side, we have Philadelphia Union against Miami. Philadelphia is going to win this game, and it's without a doubt for me that Philadelphia is the much better team and a team that could actually dethrone Seattle. Whatever they need to do to get through that brick wall, they're going to find a way, and that's what Philadelphia has done all season. I said that Philadelphia was going to beat the Red Bulls, and I said Philadelphia was going to have trouble against Atlanta United, but I didn't doubt them. I know they were a young team, but this time they found their team. They know what they're doing. They are first in the league for a reason, and that is why they are going on to the next round. Orlando versus New York City FC. Oh man, this will be a fun one to watch. I'm going to go with Orlando, and this is why. Nani has been a force that you don't want to mess with. He's been an amazing player. Back in his Man U days, he's looking like himself back in his prime on Orlando, and quite frankly, New York City FC has not found a way to get past a well-attacking team, and that's just how it's going to be. Columbus against the New York Red Bulls, and the Red Bulls absolutely lucked out and getting in sixth place. Columbus, Yassi Zardes, there's no stopping him. He's a great striker, and a striker that is really going to do a good job of making sure he gets through everyone. Toronto FC versus New England Revolution, and to be quite honest, for me, this is going to be the toughest match that TFC is going to have so far. They've always given Toronto FC trouble, but my boys, with rested players and everyone back, Josie Altidore, TFC will go through. Philadelphia Union versus Orlando City, and this is going to be a fun game. You got Philadelphia Union, the best team in the league, against Orlando City, who is the best and upcoming team in the league. Philadelphia, without a doubt, best team in the league. They know how to play the game. They know how to do it right. I really want to pick Orlando. I really do. But I'm going to have to go with a safe bet and pick Philadelphia. Columbus Crew versus Toronto FC. This history goes back. Columbus Crew has never won this fight against Toronto. And for that reason only, Toronto FC is a very scary side to Columbus. Columbus has just not been able to get under their skin. And it's been a dogfight every time in the regular season between these two teams. The second versus third place team should be a really close match. If you look at Seattle versus Portland, you can tell that match is going to be much closer than this match between TFC and Columbus is going to be. I can already see it. I can already see TFC planning their way to Philadelphia, booking their tickets, because they know they're going to get through Columbus. Now, Columbus could upset Toronto, but I don't see it. TFC versus Philadelphia Union. And I'm going to be honest. Anyone on Philadelphia Union, any fans out there, a part of Philadelphia Union, listen to me real quick. Because I'm going to explain to you why TFC is going to beat Philadelphia Union in the conference finals. TFC in the last 4 years has also been in the MLS Cup Finals 3 times. Philadelphia Union is a very talented team, and I would love to see them in the finals against Seattle. I think that would be a bomb final. But these two teams know how to get to the finals. They figure it out. Seattle, we know, is going to be there every year, and TFC is somehow going to wiggle their way through every year to find the back of the net and get into the finals. And one more thing to point out, that 5-0 win for Philadelphia meant nothing because TFC didn't even have their star players on the field. Half their players were injured. We had no Pablo Piatti. We had no Josie Altidore. Ao Akinola was injured. Pozuelo was playing at center forwards for some reason. We had Patrick Mullins at striker. So it wasn't the team that Greg Vanney wanted to draw up, but it will be the team he wants to draw up once we face them in the conference finals. For that reason, I have TFC going through. Toronto FC versus Seattle Sounders in the finals. This was the matchup we all wanted, right? Well, at least if you're in the vicinity of Seattle or Toronto. As of now, we're not really sure who will be hosting the finals, how MLS is going to approach that. Are they going to go to goal differential? They can't go to head-to-head because these two teams did not play. My opinion, to be quite honest, if this final were to happen, both seeds are 2-2. I think they would go, I believe they would go to points. And in that case, Toronto FC finished the season with 44 points. Seattle finished the season with 39 points, which means this final would be held at BMO Field. And you may think that's not a big deal, but I believe MLS is going to find a way to put fans in the stadium. And TFC is going to have a pretty nice looking crowd for them in the finals against Seattle Sounders. Last 2 times, the first time it was Toronto, and then the second time it was also in Toronto. The third time they played in Seattle for the first time, and now they'll go back to BMO Field in my scenario. And for me, Toronto's going to beat Seattle. They will slay the dragon once again, and we will be 2-2 against Seattle in the finals. I just think this is Toronto's year. The only way this won't happen is if TFC loses to New England Revolution in the first round. That is my pick. Everyone was expecting them to get first place. They were soaring high. They were doing amazing. And then all of a sudden, the losses started coming in as the injuries piled. But I just think they're going to come back. I think they're going to come back from this. Altidore will come back. Pablo Piatti will come back. All the players that are need be for TFC to win this championship, I think are going to be there. And I think TFC is going to win this. So before I keep chatting here, let's pick this. So the final score for the MLS Cup, this is going to go to extra time, and it's going to be a 3-2 win for Toronto. Conference finals total goals, I think it's going to be a closer game than people anticipated. I'm going to go 2-1 Seattle. I know a lot of people want Minnesota to score. I'm going to say 3-1 Toronto. 3-1 Toronto win, 4 goals in that conference finals. And yeah, that is it. Those are my picks for the 2020 MLS Cup Championship. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button. If you didn't like the video and you didn't like my picks, please let me know in the comments section. I will be listening and responding to everyone's comments. Just making sure I can give you the proper reasoning for why I made every pick. If I'm wrong, you can laugh about it later. We can all laugh about it. Doesn't matter. If you really enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more of these videos. Share this video with your friends and family because sharing is caring. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, guys.